Hey guys, in the past I've been real, like ANCAP almost, against authoritarianism, and I'm still an advocate for free speech and the right to defend yourself. And I don't believe that socialism is a right. You don't have a right to live in a house, it's a privilege. You don't have a right to food and health care. You gotta find that stuff your own. But since you can't do it because you live in a city and gigantic corporations have destroyed your forest, Mr. Hunter Gatherer, you have to rely on others to help you. And recently, I got back into doing charity work and working with the homeless, and there's no such thing as a charity in California. All these churches, all these clinics, all this is just a bunch of bullshit. Um, I'm meeting people who, in 1 month, their entire lives have been destroyed just by doing something as simple as having an overdrawn account. Their lives are over, their credit's ruined, their accounts get closed, they can't get loans, they can't pay off bills, they're paying like charges on top of other penalties. There's nothing here. And if you are homeless, I wouldn't. The shelters here, especially in California, are only here for the winter, guys, because in the summertime, you can fuck off and sleep outside. It's warm at night, even though it gets as low as 50. Uh, I saw a young man that's diabetic. Guess what? If he has trouble at 10 o'clock and he goes to the clinic, they'll say, you have to wait outside till 11:30. He's a childhood diabetic, by the way. He didn't get that way from eating hot dogs and shit. So these charities don't do dick. They don't do anything. The government is far worse at this, but the charities are non existent. They're not helping. Yes, I know they'll make a nice little glossy brochure after I make this video where they'll say, we do so much. If you did so much, then why do I get complaints from people saying, well, I tried to call the food pantry and what happened? They never answered the phone. Do you expect people to just walk up and like sit all day outside of a food pantry till the day you do things? It's fucking ridiculous. I've met losing my home has opened my eyes to these other people. If I wasn't who I am, if I wasn't a deacon of a church, if I wasn't more well known and didn't have the connections I have, I would die out here. My medical and health is destroyed. I'm at like 78%. My body is like 30% dead people. I would die here if I had to rely on a clinic, if I had to rely on a food pantry. There's, I hate to say this, but there's people getting like almost scurvy out here. Uh, this isn't normal. And by the way, California is supposedly a socialist state, but it's run by an oligarch, Gavin Newsom. It was run by a psychopath, Jerry Brown, who's a great guy, but an oblivious boomer. Again, Kamala Harris is a psychopath, oligarch. Dianne Feinstein, do I even have to explain what she is? A globalist, married to an oligarch. And by the way, before you say anything to me about this, the globalists and oligarchs don't have to be millionaires and billionaires to be in support. I mean, nobody in Antifa is a billionaire. Yet they still stand up for big banks, the oligarchs, things like that. And I understand why so many of you chose communism and socialism and stuff. I don't think Antifa is communist or anarchic or anything. I think they're just drones for globalism, for the big banks. And if I'm wrong, then they would stop doing what they do for oligarchs. For, you know, if you're against Brexit, sorry, Brexit was put together, or the EU was put together as a trade group for monetary reasons. Being for that means you're for globalist multinational corporations. Now, I personally think if you want to be serious about communism, let's be serious. Let's get away from your stupid ideas about society. Nobody cares if a gay guy can marry his buddy. Nobody cares about abortion. There are people out there that are having babies that are born sick. And when they go for care, when they try to help their families, they get, hold on, we only have the clinic open for 3 hours. It's first come, first serve. And as you can see, it's a line of 800 people. Goodbye. Bring your baby back next week when it's a dead husk, because we don't do anything. No, we need the government to come in and be the charity. Stop giving to these groups. Don't give to any churches. Don't give to any AIDS foundation. Don't give to any animal rights anything. These NGOs, these political groups, these other groups, they're not doing what they say they're gonna do. Donations don't work. I guess Planned Parenthood might. I'd rather you not go there at all, but I know a lot of you say you can't afford, like, breast exams, and right now, if it wasn't for Planned Parenthood, I do believe, I hate to fucking do, I'm not gonna do that. Well, women would just die of breast cancer out in the street. I'm sorry that I have to say this, but I shouldn't be listening to people who go bankrupt because they get sick. You know what they I think I've talked about this before, but you know what California considers the poverty line? $12,000 a year. If you make more than that, whoa there, rich man, we can't help you. They gotta penalize you. There was a guy I was listening to. This is again. He gets $500 for disability, obviously, because he's a homeless maniac. He's not all there. He gets 500 disability. He wants to live indoors and he wants more help to be independent. The reason he's not doing well is he doesn't get his meds because, as you know, in America, being mentally ill is just you lying. You're really just lazy. You're not mentally ill, is what they'll tell you. That's the stigma in America. You just don't want to work hard, so you're going to pretend you're mentally ill. Well, I think a guy that lives outside, talks to his left hand, has told me that he helped build spaceships and now they're trying to murder him. These guys are really, really lazy. If they're going to make this up, live in dust and bushes and shit. I don't think the government will solve this, but the government will at least do what they're supposed to somewhat. Whereas these charities don't do anything. I'm still against abortion, so fuck off about that. And I'm against education here at all, because you're not turning into Marxists anymore or communists. You're just becoming a bunch of subversive shitbags. That's all you are when you listen to these professors. Postmodernism that they bring you is just absurdism that you believe is real, that they believe is real. Do you want to solve whiteness, or do you want to be able to eat? Do you want to watch your kids be able to get health care? Or do you want to sit around and go, I guess I can't talk because I'm white man, And even though I have a good thing to say, I need to stand in the back quietly and listen to this psychopath, middle class black girl just shout out nonsense. No, no. One of the tenets of Marxism and communism is class, not race. And I gotta tell you, every race in America just disgusts me. Around the world disgusts me. Your ethnicity makes me sick. Mine does too. And I'm not saying we need worldwide communism because it's gonna help. I'm saying we need it because it's gonna help more than it's gonna hurt for a while. It might kill us all. Good, I don't care. I'm sick of watching people in the richest country in the world sit around and die outside so white kids, left wing white kids, can take pictures of them, spread awareness, but never do anything. And before you get all Neo Cavuto and like, well, if we do this, guys like Jeff Bezos are just gonna leave the country. No. No, this is the most powerful country on Earth. This country runs Earth. We may not be everywhere, but if you're ever gonna spread your worldwide communist utopia, you need this country to do it. If Jeff Bezos wants to move his headquarters to Europe, fine. Then we'll go to Europe and say, look, we're going to sanction the fuck out of you until you give Jeff Bezos back. We're already murdering Americans abroad anyway. You all know this. Obama droned people. If you want to run away and take your money with you, we can just follow you. No one's going to stop us. No one's going to stop the American military and the CIA from walking into Iran or Somalia and just, like Jeff Bezos would even be in these places, and grab his ass by the collar and drag him back to America. This is ours, okay? If I thought you guys had a chance to get on your feet and really make it, I'd be completely for ANCAP and the free market. But it's dead. They took it away from you, and they used the same tactics I'm talking about using. Only this time, when people say, hey, sir, can I join the party so I can have a nice job? You say, of course you can join the party and have a nice job. Didn't you work at a bank there, son? Just come down to this basement so I can sign up. That's it. That's all you have to do. A lot of you in this revolution won't survive any purges afterward. You're going to die. Most of your teachers in college are going to be working outside in garbage dumps for the rest of their lives. But at least you won't come home to just, hey, can't you just live in weeds so Gavin Newsom can have a new garden? This is remarkable that I have to talk like this about things. And no, I'm not advocating communism still or any other, let's be honest, communism, fascism, theocracy, monarchy, they're not going to work as we go forward. We need something else. But the idea that mankind is inherently good is bullshit. There's no humanism here. The reason we either made up God or God's real is because we're disgusting bastards. And no, I can't trust you alone to be a good person. Can you imagine what people like TJ Kirk and Atheist Rue do when they're alone? So no, I'm not going to trust that. No more of this, hey man, just pay it forward, bud. No. If you want to pay it forward, you put that in an envelope and write the IRS's address on it. Because I know you're going to do something stupid with it. Because this education system teaches you to be idiot drones. You need government to tell you what to do. And yes, before everyone gets worried and says, but we're not going to have enough doctors, we won't have a... This creates doctors. Morons. That's what communism is. It's not about bringing down America. It's about forcing it to be built up.